Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the English Fluency Podcast. Today we are doing something really fun and extremely helpful for English learners. We're going to talk about how to describe your daily life in English, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep.
That's right. Talking about your day is one of the most common and practical ways to practice English. You talk about your day at school, at work, with friends, with family, or even inside your journal. So today, we'll guide you through real conversations you can copy and use right away.
And we'll do it in a natural, simple, and clear way. Nothing complicated, just everyday English that you can use anywhere.
So let's start with mornings. A lot of daily conversation begins with talking about how your morning went. Something like, I woke up early today, or I didn't sleep well, or my morning was calm.
Yes, and mornings are a great place to begin because everyone has one. So let's do a natural morning conversation learners can follow. I'll start. I woke up around 6:30 today. I wasn't planning to wake up that early, but the sunlight coming through my window was too bright.
That sounds familiar. I woke up earlier than usual too. I think it was around 6. But instead of getting out of bed, I stayed there for a few minutes, just relaxing and thinking about the day.
I do that too sometimes. It's like a quiet moment before everything starts. After that, I went to the kitchen and made some tea. I don't drink coffee every day, but tea helps me wake up slowly.
I'm the opposite. I made coffee as soon as I got up. I can't function without it. My morning routine usually starts with coffee, then I check my messages, and then I plan my tasks for the day.
That's a good routine. I try not to check my phone right away, but sometimes I do. Today, I checked my emails first, and then I looked at the notes for our episode.
Same here. After coffee, I reviewed the episode outline too. Then I got ready, shower, clothes, and a quick breakfast. My breakfast was simple today, just toast and fruit.
I had yogurt and some nuts for breakfast. Nothing fancy, but enough energy to start the day. And then I took a short walk outside. It really helps clear my mind.
A morning walk is such a good idea. I didn't go outside today, but I did stretch for a few minutes. It helps me loosen up before sitting at my desk.
Yes, especially if you work long hours sitting. So this is how people can describe their morning in English. Wake up, drink something, eat breakfast, get ready, maybe exercise, and then start work or school.
Exactly. And remember that you don't need long sentences. Short, clear sentences like, I woke up early, or I had a quick breakfast, sound natural and fluent.
Now, let's move forward to late morning, after people start working or studying. For example, I started editing a project this morning. It took me about an hour to finish the first part.
I started with emails and messages. Then I moved to planning the rest of the week. I also had a short meeting, but it wasn't too long.
I like productive mornings. They make the rest of the day feel easier. After finishing my editing, I organized some files on my laptop. It's something I've been meaning to do for a while.
Same. I cleaned my workspace today. A clean space helps me focus better. After that, I listened to some music while working on another project.
Music really helps. I played a calm playlist while preparing for this episode. It makes everything feel smoother. Then, around mid-morning, I took a quick break and made another cup of tea.
I took a break too. I stretched again and refilled my water. It's important to take small breaks. Even 2 minutes make a difference.
Yes, especially when you're learning English. Don't study for too long without pauses. Short breaks help your brain remember better.
Speaking of studying, many people talk about their school or work tasks when describing their day. For example, I had a class, I finished an assignment, I attended a meeting, I worked on a project.
And all of those sentences can be used daily. Just swap the activity. Like today, I worked on editing and organizing files. What did you work on?
Mostly planning, writing notes, and cleaning my workspace. Pretty simple but productive.
Now, let's move into lunchtime, because that's another big part of daily conversations. Today, I had lunch around 1 p.m. I made something light, a salad and some rice.
I ordered lunch today. I didn't feel like cooking, so I just got a sandwich. Quick and easy.
That's relatable for many people. Lunch conversations are very common. What did you eat? Did you cook? Did you order something? Was it good?
Yes, and lunch is also a time when people take a mental break. I watched a short video while eating today. Nothing too long, just something relaxing.
I listen to music while having lunch. It helps me reset before getting back to work.
After lunch, I went back to my tasks. I finished some writing and prepared for our recording.
I responded to a few messages and then organized my schedule for the afternoon. That took some time, but it made me feel more prepared.
Afternoons are different for everyone. Some people feel energetic, some people feel sleepy, some people feel focused.
I felt focused today. I finished a few tasks that I was delaying. It felt good to clear them off my list.
Same here. I completed a report that I had been putting off. It took longer than expected, but I'm glad it's done.
And this is an important part of English fluency, being able to tell your daily story naturally. Not too long, not too complicated, just simple, clear steps of your day.
Yes. When someone asks, "How was your day?" you can answer smoothly if you practice this kind of storytelling.
Another thing people talk about in the afternoon is their energy level. Sometimes afternoons feel slow, and sometimes they feel busy. Today, my energy stayed pretty steady. I think the morning walk helped.
That makes sense. My energy dipped a little after lunch, but once I got back into my tasks, I felt better. Sometimes just starting work again gives you momentum.
True. After finishing my tasks, I took another short break. I like to step outside for a minute, get some fresh air, and then come back feeling refreshed.
I did something similar. I opened the window and let some fresh air in. Even a small change in your environment can affect your mood.
Absolutely. Then later in the afternoon, I replied to a few emails and checked my messages again. I try not to do that too often, but sometimes it's necessary.
I checked my messages too. I also made a quick phone call to plan something for tomorrow. It only took a few minutes, but it was important.
After that, I prepared some notes for another project. It wasn't urgent, but I like getting ahead of my work. It makes the next day easier.
That's smart. I also reviewed some notes for a future episode, not for today, but for next week. Just a quick review so I don't forget any ideas.
Then, around late afternoon, I took another small break and had a snack. I had some fruit. It gave me a little boost of energy.
I had a snack too, just some crackers. Simple, but enough to keep me going until dinner.
And that's another topic people talk about daily. Snacks, breaks, small tasks, errands. These things fill a lot of our day.
Exactly. Even simple things like washing dishes, organizing your desk, or folding laundry can be part of your daily story.
For example, before recording this episode, I quickly cleaned my kitchen. It took about 10 minutes, but it felt good to get it done.
I cleaned my desk again before we started. I like having a clear space when I record. It helps me stay focused.
Another important part of daily life is movement. Walking, stretching, exercising, or even just standing up for a moment. Today, I walked twice and stretched once.
I stretched a few times and walked around the room during my breaks. When you sit for long hours, your body needs movement.
That's very true. After finishing my afternoon tasks, I started preparing for the evening. I like to slow down a bit after a productive day.
Same. I started thinking about dinner and what I wanted to make. Sometimes I cook, sometimes I order food, depending on how I feel.
Today, I'm planning to cook dinner. Something simple, maybe pasta or rice with vegetables.
I think I'll order something tonight. I don't feel like cooking after a long day. Maybe a soup or a sandwich.
That's another part of conversations. What you plan to eat, what you want for dinner, what you're craving. These are common things people talk about in daily life.
Yes, people love talking about food. It's simple and relatable. Even a sentence like, "I'm thinking about having pasta tonight," sounds natural.
Then there's the evening routine, which is different for everyone. Some people relax, some watch TV, some read, some go for a walk, some meet friends.
I like quiet evenings. Usually I watch something or listen to music. Sometimes I read, but not always.
I enjoy reading in the evening. It helps me disconnect from screens. Today I might read a few chapters before bed.
That sounds nice. I might watch an episode of a show I've been following. Nothing too long, just something relaxing.
Evenings are a great time to talk about your day. A lot of people describe what they accomplished, what went well, or what was challenging.
For example, today was productive for me. I finished my work, prepared our notes, and organized my space. That feels good.
Same here. I got a lot done and kept a good balance between work and breaks. It was a smooth day overall.
People also talk about things they need to do tomorrow. Planning for the next day is very common. For me, I have a few tasks and one short meeting.
I need to work on a project tomorrow and maybe run an errand or two. Nothing stressful, just regular daily tasks.
And that's the key to talking about your day. Simple observations, small actions, and honest reflections. You don't need complicated grammar, you just need clarity.
Exactly. When someone asks, "How was your day?" you just tell your story from morning to evening in a natural sequence. It becomes easier with practice.
And that's why episodes like this help. When you hear real examples, you can copy the style, the rhythm, and the vocabulary.
Yes, listening to natural conversations helps build fluency. The more you listen, the more comfortable you become with the language.
And eventually, it becomes automatic. You don't have to think so much. You just speak.
Another part of daily life that people often talk about is transportation. Even small details from your commute can create natural conversation. For example, today I didn't travel far, but I did step outside to pick up a package. The weather was calm and the street was pretty quiet.
I went out for a short drive this afternoon. I needed to pick up a few things from the store. Traffic wasn't bad today, which was nice. Sometimes even a simple drive can feel refreshing if the roads aren't crowded.
True. And describing the weather is also a big part of daily conversations. Today, the weather felt mild, neither too warm nor too cold. It made the day feel relaxed.
The weather here was sunny, but not too bright. I opened my windows for a while to let sunlight in. It changed the mood of my room instantly.
Light can make a big difference. Later in the evening, I watered my plants. I do that every couple of days. It's a small routine, but it makes me feel calm.
I cleaned my shelves today. Not deep cleaning, just dusting and organizing a few items. Tidying small spaces can make the whole room feel better.
Absolutely. And these small routines are great to mention when talking about your day. They show what your environment is like and what kinds of habits you have.
Another thing people usually talk about is small wins, things that went better than expected. For me, I finished a task faster than I planned this afternoon. That gave me extra time to relax before recording.
That's great. For me, I had a good moment when I found something I had misplaced last week. It felt like a tiny victory. It made the day unexpectedly better.
Daily life is full of these small wins. They're simple, but they make conversations feel lively and real. When someone shares these moments, it helps connect the conversation.
Another topic people mention is communication with others. Today, I sent a message to a friend to check in on them. We didn't talk long, but it felt good to reconnect, even briefly.
I had a short call with a family member this afternoon. Just a casual chat about how the week is going. It wasn't a long conversation, but it felt warm and familiar.
Those small connections are important. They add meaning to the day, and describing them in English is very natural. Even a simple line like, "I talked to a friend today," adds warmth to daily storytelling.
Yeah,
And sometimes daily conversations include things you're looking forward to. For example, I'm excited to try a new recipe later this week. I've been thinking about it for a while.
I'm looking forward to finishing a book I started. I'm almost at the end, and I want to see how it turns out. That's something I'll probably talk about tomorrow.
People also talk about small challenges they face during the day. Not big problems, just little things that happen. For example, today I dropped a pen under my desk, and I had to move a chair to get it back. It was a small inconvenience, but kind of funny.
I had a similar moment. I spilled a little water while pouring it into a glass. Nothing serious, just one of those small things that happen during a normal day.
These tiny mistakes or accidents make daily conversations more relatable. Everyone experiences them, so talking about them sounds natural.
Another thing is hobbies. People love to talk about hobbies they did during the day. Today, I listened to a podcast about creativity while taking a break. It was inspiring.
I practiced a little music today, not for long, maybe 10 minutes, but it felt nice to play something and relax my mind.
That's wonderful. Today, I also spent a few minutes drawing, just a quick sketch, nothing detailed, but it helped me unwind.
Activities like drawing, reading, cooking, walking, or listening to music fill our days in gentle ways. When you describe them, your daily story becomes more complete.
Another part of daily life is organizing thoughts. Sometimes I take a moment to write down a few ideas. Today, I wrote a short list of things I want to improve this week.
I wrote in my planner today, just a short note about tasks I need to finish tomorrow. Planning helps me feel more in control of my day.
Toward the evening, I prepared a few things for tomorrow. I set out my clothes, charged my devices, and cleaned my workspace again.
I prepared my workspace too. I put my notebooks in order and set my reminders. It makes tomorrow feel easier.
And now, here we are, recording this episode. It's always a nice part of the day. It feels peaceful and productive at the same time.
Yes, recording always feels meaningful. It's a good way to end the day on a positive note.
Another part of daily life people often talk about is learning something new. Today, I watched a short video about improving focus. It gave me a simple tip: take a 1-minute pause every hour. I tried it, and it actually helped.
I learned something too. I read a short article about memory techniques. One idea was to connect new information with something familiar. I tried it while studying, and it made things easier to remember.
It's interesting how even small learning moments can become part of our day. Sharing them makes conversations feel thoughtful and meaningful.
Yes, and speaking of learning, I practiced a bit of pronunciation today, just a few minutes in front of the mirror. It wasn't planned, I just felt like doing it.
I practiced a new phrase I heard. I repeated it a few times while walking around my room. It felt natural and fun.
Talking about small personal improvements is a great way to describe your day. It shows growth, even in small steps.
Another everyday topic is meals. Not in a detailed way, just simple sharing. Today I made a quick sandwich for lunch, nothing fancy, but it was satisfying.
I prepared some rice and vegetables earlier. It was simple but comforting. Cooking something warm always feels good.
True. Later in the evening, I made myself a cup of tea. It helped me slow down and relax a bit.
I made coffee this afternoon. The smell filled the whole room. I always enjoy that part. The aroma is almost better than the drink.
Another natural topic is small observations. For example, today, I noticed a bird sitting on the window rail. It stayed there for a few seconds and flew away. It was a peaceful moment.
I noticed something too. A neighbor was planting flowers outside. The colors looked beautiful from a distance. It reminded me how small things can brighten a day.
Observing everyday details is a great way to make your English more vivid. Even a single sentence can add life to your story.
Another part of daily life is dealing with unexpected delays. Today, one of my apps froze for a minute. Not a big problem, but it made me laugh at how technology sometimes takes a break on its own.
I had an unexpected moment too. A message didn't send properly, so I had to resend it. Just a tiny delay, but part of the day.
Sharing these simple moments helps your English sound real and natural.
And another topic people commonly mention is how they recharge. Today, I closed my eyes for a few minutes in the afternoon. Just resting quietly helped me feel refreshed.
I stepped outside for a short walk in the hallway. I didn't go far, just moved around a bit. Changing my position helped clear my mind.
Rest moments are small but important. They add balance to the day, and they're easy to describe in conversation.
Another area is personal preferences, tiny things you liked or disliked today. For example, I really enjoyed the sound of the rain earlier. It wasn't heavy, just soft.
I enjoyed the cool air when I opened the window. It felt refreshing, even though it only lasted a moment.
Some people think daily life is boring, but actually it's full of small textures you can talk about.
Exactly. And describing your day in English helps you notice these details more.
Toward the late evening, I checked my messages again and replied to a few people. Nothing urgent, just simple conversations.
I checked my notifications too. I organized a few files on my device to make things easier for tomorrow.
And now we're continuing this episode, adding more daily life expressions for learners.
Yes, sharing natural English helps people understand how to talk about their routines in real conversations.
Another thing that often happens during the day is organizing your thoughts. Today, I made a short mental list of what I wanted to do. It wasn't written down, just a simple plan in my head.
I made a small plan too. I told myself I would finish 2 important tasks before taking a break. Keeping a simple goal helped me stay focused.
Sometimes just setting one small intention can make the whole day smoother.
Another part of daily life is noticing how your body feels. At one point today, my shoulders felt a little stiff, so I stretched for a minute. It helped me release some tension.
I stretched too, but it was random. I just stood up and moved my arms a bit because I felt a little stuck in one position.
Simple stretches can make a big difference, especially when you're working or sitting for a long time.
Another natural thing people talk about is the weather changing. Earlier today, the air became slightly cooler. Not cold, just comfortable.
I felt a shift too. The light coming through the window changed, and it made the room feel calmer.
Talking about weather doesn't have to be boring. It's one of the easiest ways to connect with someone, especially when starting a conversation.
Another part of the day was when I paused to look outside for a moment. I wasn't thinking about anything specific. I just enjoyed the quiet view.
I had a similar moment when I paused and listened to the faint sounds from outside. It wasn't noisy, just a soft background that felt calming.
These quiet pauses are small but meaningful. They slow down the pace of the day.
Another natural thing is reacting to small achievements. Today, I completed something earlier than expected, and it made me smile a little.
I had a small win too. I fixed a minor issue on my device and felt satisfied afterward.
Sharing small achievements adds a positive tone to your daily life conversations.
In the evening, I cleaned my desk a little, just moved a few things around to make it look neater.
I wiped my screen and keyboard today. It didn't take long, but the clean look felt refreshing.
Simple organizing tasks are a normal part of most people's day, and they're great for practicing English.
Another activity that happened today was checking something out of curiosity. I looked up a word I wasn't sure about. It only took a moment, but it made me feel good to learn something new.
I checked a date because I wanted to confirm something for later in the week. It's a common everyday action.
Conversations become richer when you talk about what you check, confirm, or learn throughout the day.
Toward the end of the afternoon, I sat down quietly for a short moment. I didn't plan it, I just felt like resting before continuing my tasks.
I sat near the window for a few minutes. The natural light made the whole moment feel simple and peaceful.
Little moments like these keep the day balanced.
Yes, and describing them helps learners express their daily routines in a natural, flowing way.
Another moment from my day was when I adjusted the lighting in my room. It felt a little too bright, so I dimmed it slightly. That small change made the atmosphere much calmer.
I adjusted my room temperature earlier. It felt a bit warm, so I increased the airflow. After a few minutes, the room felt much more comfortable.
Simple adjustments like that are part of everyday life. They show how we respond to our environment.
Another thing I did today was update one of my apps. It asked for permission, and I just tapped to continue. The update didn't take long, but it felt good to keep things up to date.
I updated something too, a small tool I use daily. The new version looked cleaner, and it made the experience smoother.
Updating and maintaining things is a normal part of modern life, and it's easy to talk about in conversations.
Earlier today, I also rearranged a few icons on my screen. Just moved them into a better position. It made things easier to find.
I organized some files into folders today. It made things look more structured, and now I can locate everything faster.
These little organizing tasks help people keep their day on track.
Another part of my day was when I received a reminder notification. It wasn't urgent, just a gentle alert. I looked at it and decided I would handle it later.
I got a reminder too. It was something small I needed to do in the evening. I liked that it popped up at the right time.
Talking about reminders is a simple way to describe your schedule and priorities.
At one point today, I paused to listen to a short audio clip someone sent me. It was only a few seconds long, but it made me smile.
I listened to a short sound effect today while testing something. It reminded me how tiny moments can feel fun.
Sound and audio moments are great to include in daily life conversations.
Another thing I noticed today was how the sunlight moved across the wall. It changed position slowly, creating different shadows. It felt relaxing to watch for a moment.
I saw something similar. The color of the sky shifted slightly in the evening. It wasn't dramatic, just a softer shade that felt peaceful.
Observing small natural changes can make your English sound vivid and expressive.
Later in the afternoon, I took a minute to clear my notifications. Just swiped them away one by one. It made my screen look cleaner.
I cleared some old messages from my inbox today. It felt good to remove things I didn't need anymore.
Cleaning digital spaces is as much a part of our day as cleaning physical spaces.
Another everyday moment was when I checked the time just to see how the day was moving. I wasn't rushing, just curious.
I did that too. I glanced at the clock without any specific reason. It's a normal habit everyone has.
These simple habits help fill daily life conversations with natural detail.
Before starting this recording, I took a deep breath to relax. It helped me clear my mind and get ready to speak.
I did the same. A slow breath helped me focus and feel present in the moment.
Even small preparations like that can be described in English easily.
Another part of my day was noticing how quiet the room became at one point. That stillness made me pause and enjoy the silence.
I noticed quietness too. For a moment, everything around me felt calm. It gave me a chance to collect my thoughts.
Moments of silence are part of everyday life and great for conversation practice.
Yes, and describing them helps learners express their day with clarity and confidence.
Earlier today, I adjusted the position of my chair. It wasn't feeling quite right, so I shifted it slightly. After that, sitting felt much more comfortable.
I adjusted my seat too. I moved it a little closer to the table because I wanted better posture while working.
These small adjustments help you stay comfortable throughout the day.
Another moment from my day was when I checked my battery level. It was getting a bit low, so I plugged in my device. I like staying ahead before it runs out.
I checked my battery as well. It was still okay, but I connected the charger just to be safe.
Charging your device is such a normal part of daily life that most people mention it without even thinking.
At one point today, I wiped my glasses clean. A small smudge was bothering me, and once I cleaned them, everything looked sharper.
I cleaned my screen earlier. There were a few fingerprints, and after wiping it, the display looked clearer.
These tiny cleaning moments always make things feel fresher.
Another part of my day was reading a short question someone sent me. It only took a moment to understand, and I replied with a quick answer.
I replied to a short message too. It was simple, but it felt good to stay connected.
Conversations throughout the day add a sense of connection and rhythm.
Earlier, I straightened a few things on my desk. I didn't reorganize everything, just aligned a couple of items so it looked neater.
I pushed a book into the right place today. It was slightly out of line, and fixing it made my shelf look better.
Even tiny adjustments can bring a sense of order to the day.
Another moment was when I paused to drink some water. It was refreshing and helped me stay energized.
I drank a glass of water too. I didn't realize I was thirsty until I took the first sip.
Staying hydrated is something everyone does, and it's easy to include in daily life conversations.
At one point today, I took a moment to rub my hands together because they felt a bit cool. The movement warmed them up quickly.
I warmed my hands too by placing them near my cup for a second. The heat felt nice.
These small sensory experiences are part of everyday moments.
Another thing I did was adjust the sound level on my device. It was a bit louder than I needed, so I lowered it slightly.
I raised my volume earlier because something sounded too soft. After adjusting it, everything was clear.
Sound adjustments are simple but common, perfect for describing a typical day.
Today, I also opened my window for a few minutes. The fresh air felt good, and the room brightened a little.
I opened my curtain earlier. Letting the light in made the room feel more open.
Light and air can change the atmosphere instantly.
Another moment was when I paused to think before continuing something. I didn't rush. I just took a brief moment to gather my ideas.
I paused too when I felt my thoughts moving too fast. Taking a short break helped me reset.
Small mental breaks help make the day smoother and more focused.
Yes, and all these everyday actions give learners great practice when describing their routine in English.
Earlier today, I noticed my sleeves felt a little uncomfortable, so I rolled them up. It instantly made me feel more relaxed and ready to continue what I was doing.
I adjusted my clothes too. I straightened the collar of my shirt because it felt slightly out of place. It wasn't a big deal, but it made me feel more put together.
These tiny adjustments help you stay comfortable throughout the day.
Another moment from my day was when I took a second to stretch my neck. I realized I had been looking in the same direction for too long, so I gently moved my head from side to side.
I stretched my legs earlier. They felt a bit stiff, so I extended them for a moment. After that, I felt lighter.
Simple stretches can refresh your body and mind instantly.
At one point today, I switched tabs while working. I needed to check something quickly, so I moved to another window. It helped me confirm what I needed.
I switched between apps today too. I was comparing two things, so moving back and forth made everything clearer.
Switching between screens is such a common part of modern routines.
Another small moment was when I took a breath and looked away from the screen for a few seconds. My eyes needed a break, and the rest felt good.
I also looked away from my screen at one point. Just focusing on a distant object relaxed my eyes instantly.
Eye breaks are important and easy to talk about in everyday English.
Earlier today, I placed my keys in a different spot than usual. I didn't want to forget where they were, so I put them somewhere more visible.
I placed my notebook in a new spot today too. I wanted quicker access to it, so I set it closer to my workspace.
Organizing small items keeps the day running smoothly.
Another natural moment was when I felt a little hungry and grabbed a light snack. It wasn't anything big, just something to keep my energy up.
I had a small snack today as well. It helped me stay focused and comfortable.
Snacks are simple, but useful moments to describe in a daily life conversation.
At one point today, I heard a faint sound outside. I didn't know what it was, but it made me pause and listen for a second.
I heard a soft sound too coming from the hallway. It wasn't loud, just a quiet reminder that things were happening around me.
Noticing sounds is an easy way to add detail when explaining your day.
Another thing I did was adjust the angle of my notebook. I was writing something and shifting it slightly made it easier to see.
I tilted my screen a bit earlier. The reflection was bothering me, and changing the angle helped.
Even tiny adjustments like these make your day feel smoother.
Later, I checked my progress on one of my tasks. I wasn't finished yet, but seeing how far I had come gave me a little boost.
I reviewed my progress too. It helped me decide what I needed to do next.
Tracking progress is an important part of daily routines.
Another moment was when I took a sip of water and realized how refreshing it felt. Sometimes the smallest things make the biggest difference.
I had a refreshing sip of water earlier as well. It woke me up more than I expected.
Little refreshing moments add energy to the day.
And describing them helps learners practice natural, everyday English in a smooth way.
Earlier today, I opened my drawer to look for something, and I ended up finding an item I hadn't used in a while. It made me pause for a second and think about when I last needed it.
I had a similar moment. I checked a small box on my shelf and found something I had forgotten about. It reminded me how easy it is for things to hide in plain sight.
Discovering forgotten items adds a tiny surprise to the day.
Another moment from my day was when I shook my hands a little to relax them. They felt slightly tense, and that quick movement helped release the pressure.
I tapped my fingers lightly on the table at one point. It wasn't intentional, it just happened while I was thinking.
Small physical movements like that show how our bodies react naturally throughout the day.
I also noticed a slight breeze coming in through the window earlier. It wasn't strong, just a soft touch of air that made the room feel fresher.
I felt a cool breeze today too. It came in for just a moment, but made everything feel a bit more comfortable.
These little changes in the air can add calmness to a busy day.
At one point today, I muted a notification that kept repeating. It wasn't important, and turning it off helped me focus better.
I muted a sound on my device too. I wanted a quiet environment, and removing the noise made things more peaceful.
Managing sounds around us is something we all do every day.
Another moment was when I leaned back in my chair for a few seconds. It helped me stretch my back and reset my posture.
I leaned back too. It felt nice to take a brief moment to relax before getting back to work.
Those small posture breaks can really improve comfort.
Earlier, I checked my schedule for tomorrow. I didn't plan everything, just glanced to see what might be coming up.
I looked at my plan for tomorrow as well. It gave me a sense of what to expect, even though nothing was urgent.
Checking future plans helps guide the rest of the day.
I also took a moment to tidy one of my folders. I didn't clean everything, just arranged a few papers to make it easier to find what I need later.
I organized a part of my shelf today too. I moved one item to a better position, and it made the whole space feel more orderly.
Small organizing steps make a big difference over time.
At one point today, I rubbed my eyes gently. They felt slightly tired, and the small movement helped them relax.
I blinked a few times intentionally because my eyes felt a little dry. After that, they felt much better.
Eye care is something everyone experiences, and it adds realism to daily conversations.
Another moment was when I reheated something briefly. It wasn't cold, just a bit cooler than I wanted. After warming it up, it felt perfect.
I reheated a drink earlier. Just 10 seconds made it taste much better.
Quick heating moments are simple parts of daily routines.
Later today, I stepped back from what I was doing to look at it from a different angle. It helped me see things more clearly.
I stepped back mentally as well. I paused, thought for a moment, and returned with a clearer mind.
These reflective pauses help shape a more productive day.
And describing all these small experiences helps English learners express their daily life in smooth, natural conversation.
Earlier today, I noticed the way the light reflected off my table. It created a soft glow that made the room feel warm for a moment. I paused just to appreciate it.
I had a similar moment. The reflection on my cup caught my eye, and it looked brighter than usual. It was such a small detail, but it made me smile.
These small visual details are easy to overlook, but they add a nice touch to the day.
Another moment for my day was when I brushed off a bit of dust from my keyboard. It wasn't much, just a tiny speck, but removing it made everything look cleaner.
I cleaned a small mark off my desk earlier. It was barely noticeable, but wiping it away made the surface look fresh again.
Small cleaning moments create a sense of order, even if they take just a few seconds.
At one point today, I stretched my arms upward for a moment. I felt the muscles loosen, and it gave me a small burst of energy.
I stretched my back by twisting slightly in my chair. It helped release some tension that I didn't even realize was there.
These natural stretches can make the day feel smoother.
Another moment was when I clicked through a few tabs just out of curiosity. I wasn't searching for anything specific. I just wanted to see what I had open.
I looked at some old notes today. They weren't needed, but reading a few lines reminded me of when I wrote them.
Revisiting old things can sometimes bring a sense of reflection.
Earlier today, I shook my head gently to refocus. It wasn't because I was tired. I just wanted to clear my thoughts.
I took a small breath through my nose and then exhaled slowly. It helped me feel more centered.
These tiny resets help maintain focus during the day.
Another moment was when I stood up briefly to look for something. It wasn't far, just a couple of steps, but moving around felt refreshing.
I stood up too at one point, just to stretch my legs. Sitting for too long can make your body feel heavy, so standing helped lighten that feeling.
Movement, even when small, is an important part of daily life.
Later today, I tapped the edge of my notebook just out of habit. The sound was soft, but it helped me think more clearly.
I lightly tapped my pen on the desk as I considered an idea. It wasn't loud, just enough to help me think.
Little thinking habits like these are natural and relatable.
Another moment was when I glanced at the corner of the room and noticed a shadow shifting slightly as the light moved. It reminded me how constantly everything changes throughout the day.
I noticed something like that too. The shape of the shadow on my wall changed when the light angle shifted. It was subtle, but interesting.
Observing small changes in the environment adds life to your daily storytelling.
At one point today, I checked the time without any real reason. It's something I do automatically sometimes.
I did the same thing. I glanced at the clock and realized only a few minutes had passed, even though it felt longer.
Time perception is always shifting throughout the day.
Another moment I remember was when I moved my chair slightly forward so I could concentrate better. It wasn't planned, it just felt right.
I pulled my chair closer to the table earlier. After adjusting it, working felt smoother and more comfortable.
Simple adjustments like these shape a more productive day.
And all these small moments, when described, help English learners express everyday life naturally and clearly.
Earlier today, I opened a drawer to grab something and ended up rearranging a few items. It wasn't necessary, but it felt satisfying to have things in order.
I did something similar. I sorted through a small pile of papers on my desk. It only took a few minutes, but it made my workspace look cleaner.
Small organizing tasks like this may seem minor, but they give a sense of accomplishment.
Another moment from my day was when I adjusted my monitor's angle slightly. The previous position caused a glare, and changing it made everything easier to see.
I adjusted the light on my desk. It was too dim in one corner, so I moved the lamp slightly. After that, the whole area felt brighter.
Adjusting lighting and angles is something most people do without thinking, but describing it makes your daily story richer.
At one point, I took a short pause and closed my eyes for a few seconds. Just resting briefly helped me feel more focused afterward.
I did a mini pause too. I leaned back and breathed slowly. It wasn't a full break, just a tiny reset.
These small resets help maintain clarity and calm throughout the day.
Another moment was when I checked my calendar quickly. I just wanted to see what tomorrow might look like. No urgent tasks, just curiosity.
I looked at my schedule too. It helped me plan my evening a bit better and feel prepared.
Reviewing plans is a natural part of daily life and easy to talk about in English.
Later, I moved my pen slightly closer while writing. I didn't realize it was far away until I reached for it.
I did a similar action. I adjusted my notebook so it was easier to reach my current page. Little movements like these make everyday tasks smoother.
Another moment was when I noticed a faint sound outside, a bird or perhaps a car passing by. I paused for a second just to listen.
I heard something too. A distant sound caught my attention, and I stopped what I was doing to notice it. It's surprising how small sounds can make you feel more aware.
Observing minor details like sounds or movements is a good way to expand daily life conversation skills.
Another thing I did today was slightly adjust my chair's height. It felt more comfortable afterward.
I adjusted the position of my feet while sitting. It wasn't uncomfortable before, but the small shift helped me feel steadier.
These minor adjustments are a normal part of anyone's day and can be mentioned naturally.
At one point, I glanced at a small item on my desk, a sticky note, and realized I needed to move it to a different spot. I did, and it felt tidier.
I moved a small object on my table too. Just placing it somewhere more convenient made my workspace look neater.
Little acts of organization create a sense of order in the day.
Later, I sipped a drink and noticed how refreshing it was. It felt simple but enjoyable.
I took a quick sip too. Small moments like these can be relaxing when described naturally.
Another moment from my day was when I opened a window briefly to let in fresh air. The room felt lighter afterward.
I opened my curtain to let sunlight in. It brightened up my space immediately.
Simple environmental changes make a noticeable difference.
And talking about these small actions is a great way for English learners to practice expressing daily routines naturally.
Earlier today, I noticed a small paper on my desk that was out of place. I picked it up and placed it in a folder. It wasn't urgent, but organizing it felt satisfying.
I did something similar. I moved a small notebook to a shelf. It was in the wrong spot, and after moving it, the desk looked tidier.
These small organizational habits are easy to describe and very relatable.
Another moment from my day was when I adjusted the angle of my lamp slightly. The light was shining in the wrong direction, and a small change made the whole space more comfortable.
I repositioned a chair slightly to make writing easier. Just a small adjustment made a big difference in comfort.
At one point, I took a short pause and stretched my arms. It was only a few seconds, but it felt refreshing.
I stretched my neck briefly too. It helped me feel looser after sitting for a long time.
Stretching is such a small thing, yet it can improve your energy during the day.
Another moment was when I glanced at the clock without planning to. I wasn't rushing, I was just curious about the time.
I did the same thing, just a quick glance to see how much time had passed. It's something most people do multiple times a day.
Observing time is a natural part of daily life and easy to mention in conversation.
Later, I adjusted my pen position while writing. It was slightly too far away, so moving it closer made things more efficient.
I adjusted my notebook position. It wasn't inconvenient, but the small shift helped me focus better.
Another small moment was when I heard a faint sound from outside. I paused for a second just to notice it.
I heard a soft noise too, maybe a car passing by. Small sensory details like these can make your English storytelling richer.
Observing tiny details in your environment helps you practice descriptive English naturally.
Another moment from my day was when I cleared a small clutter from my desk. Not much, just a few loose items, but it felt satisfying to see it tidy.
I removed a small stack of papers that didn't belong there. It only took a few seconds, but it made a noticeable difference.
Small cleaning actions make your day feel more organized and productive.
At one point, I adjusted the brightness of my screen. It wasn't too dim or bright, just slightly uncomfortable, so changing it made everything easier on the eyes.
I did the same. The brightness was perfect afterward, and it helped me focus longer without straining.
Another moment was when I sipped water and realized I hadn't drunk enough today. It was refreshing and helped me feel alert.
I had a similar moment. A sip of water gave me a small boost of energy in the afternoon.
Another small moment was when I noticed the shadows moving across the room as the sunlight changed. It was subtle, but calming.
I noticed the same thing. It reminded me how quickly the day shifts, even in small ways.
Observing these changes adds depth to your daily life conversations.
Later, I took a moment to straighten a few items on my shelf. It wasn't necessary, just a small action that made the space feel better.
I did the same with a few small objects on my desk. Tiny adjustments like this help maintain a tidy environment.
These small, everyday actions give learners plenty of material to talk about naturally in English.
Earlier today, I noticed a small smudge on my desk and wiped it off. It wasn't very noticeable, but cleaning it made the area look nicer.
I cleaned a little dust off my keyboard. Just a quick wipe, but it felt good to remove it.
Small cleaning actions like these make your workspace feel more organized.
Another moment from my day was when I adjusted the angle of my notebook while writing. It wasn't uncomfortable before, but after adjusting, writing felt smoother.
I adjusted the position of my pen holder slightly. It made it easier to grab a pen when I needed one.
Simple adjustments like these help improve efficiency in small ways.
At one point today, I leaned back in my chair for a brief moment to relax. It only lasted a few seconds, but it helped me reset.
I leaned back too, stretching my back slightly. It made the next task feel easier to start.
Taking tiny pauses throughout the day helps maintain focus and comfort.
Another moment was when I glanced at my calendar to remind myself of upcoming tasks. It wasn't urgent, just a quick check.
I did the same. Looking ahead, even briefly, gives a sense of preparedness and control over the day.
Another simple action was moving my chair closer to my desk for better posture. It only took a second, but felt much more comfortable.
I shifted my notebook closer to me too. Small movements like this improve efficiency without much effort.
At one point, I noticed a shadow changing as the light shifted. It caught my attention and felt like a subtle reminder of time passing.
I observed a similar change. The sunlight gradually dimmed and it created a calm mood in the room.
Noticing small changes in light, sound, or movement adds richness to daily life conversations.
Another moment was when I checked my notifications and deleted a few that weren't important. It only took a few seconds, but it made my device feel less cluttered.
I removed a few notifications too. It helped me focus without distractions.
Simple digital organization is just as much part of daily life as physical organization.
Later, I paused to stretch my fingers. I had been typing for a while, and a small stretch helped reduce stiffness.
I stretched my arms and shoulders briefly. It only took a moment, but I felt more comfortable afterward.
Stretching in small intervals can make a long day feel much easier.
Another minor moment was when I took a sip of water and realized it tasted cooler than expected. It was refreshing and surprising in a good way.
I drank some water too. Small, simple actions like drinking or eating can really change your mood slightly.
Observing and sharing these small details is a great way to make your English more vivid.
Finally, I glanced outside and noticed the evening sky changing colors. It wasn't dramatic, just subtle shades, but it made me pause and enjoy the moment.
I noticed the sky too. The light was soft and it made the room feel cozy.
Moments like these, when described, help learners talk naturally about their day in English.
Earlier today, I noticed that one of my notebooks wasn't lying flat on the desk, so I adjusted it. It only took a second, but it made writing more comfortable.
I did something similar. A A small stack of papers was slightly tilted, so I straightened it. It felt satisfying to see it aligned properly.
Simple adjustments like these make your day feel more organized.
Another moment from my day was when I rubbed my hands together because they felt slightly cold. Just a few seconds warmed them up.
I did something similar with my arms. I moved them a bit and shook them to loosen the tension.
Small movements like this are part of daily life, even if they go unnoticed most of the time.
Earlier, I noticed a pen cap was loose, so I clicked it back into place. It was a tiny action, but now I know it won't fall off.
I secured a notebook's cover that was slightly open. Little precautions like this prevent small annoyances later.
Another part of my day was when I adjusted the window blinds slightly. The light was too bright in one corner, so shifting them made the room more comfortable.
I moved my curtain a little too. The sunlight was hitting my screen at an awkward angle, and adjusting it helped me work better.
Adjusting light is such a simple act, but it can make your environment feel completely different.
Later, I paused for a moment and observed a small plant on my desk. Its leaves looked brighter in the sunlight. Just watching it for a few seconds felt calming.
I did the same with a small decoration. Observing something simple like that brings a little joy during the day.
Another moment was when I noticed my notebook's pages were slightly bent, so I straightened them. Small actions like this make a difference in the long run.
I adjusted a few sticky notes that were peeling off. It wasn't urgent, but after fixing them, everything looked neat.
Earlier today, I glanced at my watch just to check the time. Nothing urgent, just curiosity about how much time had passed.
I did the same. A quick glance at the clock gives you a sense of rhythm in your day.
Another minor action was when I moved my chair slightly to reach my bag. Just a small shift made it easier to grab what I needed.
I repositioned my notebook and pen holder slightly closer. It helped me work faster and more comfortably.
Later, I noticed a faint sound of footsteps outside. It made me pause for a moment and listen carefully.
I heard a soft sound too, maybe someone closing a door. Moments like these are subtle but make the day feel alive.
Another moment from today was when I sipped my drink and noticed it was slightly cooler than I expected. It felt refreshing.
I had a similar moment. Small things like this add comfort and enjoyment to the day.
Finally, I glanced at my workspace one last time before finishing my tasks. Everything looked organized, and it gave me a sense of completion.
I did the same. Taking a moment to observe your environment at the end of tasks helps create a feeling of calm and readiness for tomorrow.
Talking about small actions like these is exactly what makes daily life English conversations natural and relatable.
Earlier today, I noticed my chair wasn't positioned perfectly for my desk, so I moved it slightly. It only took a second, but now it feels better to sit.
I did something similar. My laptop was angled a bit too far, so I adjusted it. Small changes like these improve comfort immediately.
Another moment for my day was when I stretched my arms above my head. It only took a few seconds, but it helped relieve tension.
I stretched my shoulders and upper back. Tiny movements like this make a big difference after sitting for long periods.
At one point, I noticed a small smudge on my screen, so I wiped it gently. The screen looked much clearer afterward.
I cleaned my keyboard as well. Just a quick wipe removed some dust, and it made my workspace feel tidier.
Another minor moment was when I glanced out the window and noticed the movement of the trees. The leaves were swaying gently in the breeze.
I saw the same thing. Observing nature, even briefly, makes the day feel more peaceful.
I later adjusted the position of my notebook so I could write more comfortably. Small changes like this save effort and make tasks easier.
I moved my pen slightly closer to my hand. It seems insignificant, but it helped me work faster.
At one point, I paused to sip water. It was refreshing and helped me regain a little energy.
I had a similar moment. Taking small breaks like this keeps you alert throughout the day.
Another moment from today was when I noticed the light shifting across the room. The sunlight created soft shadows that made the space feel cozier.
I also noticed that my pen cap was slightly loose, so I clicked it back into place. It was a small action, but now I know it won't fall off.
I secured a notebook's cover that was slightly open. Little precautions like this prevent minor annoyances later.
Later, I briefly stretched my fingers while typing. It helped prevent stiffness and kept me comfortable.
I tapped my hands lightly on the desk to loosen them up. Tiny movements like this help maintain focus.
Another small moment was when I adjusted my chair's backrest slightly. It felt more comfortable for writing afterward.
I leaned forward a bit to reach my notes better. Small adjustments like these make daily tasks smoother.
I glanced at my watch to see the time. Nothing urgent, just curiosity about how much time had passed.
I did the same. Checking the time occasionally is part of everyday awareness.
Another moment was when I opened a drawer to grab something and ended up noticing a few items I hadn't used in a while. It felt good to reorganize them slightly.
I had a similar moment. Sorting through a small pile of papers gave me a sense of control over my space.
Finally, before finishing my tasks, I took a deep breath and observed my surroundings. Everything looked neat and calm.
I did the same. Taking a moment to pause and look around at the end of the day creates a peaceful feeling and prepares you for tomorrow.
Talking about small actions like these is exactly what makes daily life English conversations natural and relatable.
Earlier today, I noticed that my pen was slightly tilted in its holder, so I straightened it. It only took a second, but now it looks neater.
I did something similar with my notebook. I moved it slightly to align with the edge of the desk. Small changes like this make my workspace feel organized.
Another moment from my day was when I leaned back for a brief stretch. Just a few seconds helped relieve tension in my back.
I stretched my arms and shoulders too. Tiny movements like this refresh the body and mind.
At one point, I noticed a small smudge on my keyboard and wiped it off. It wasn't noticeable before, but now it looks cleaner.
I cleaned a few dust particles off my desk as well. It feels better when everything looks tidy.
Another small moment was when I glanced at the sunlight coming through the window. The changing light made the room feel warmer and brighter.
I observed the shadows on my desk. They moved subtly as the sun shifted, which was relaxing to watch for a few seconds.
Later, I moved my chair slightly closer to the table. It helped me write more comfortably without stretching.
I adjusted my notebook and pen position too. Small adjustments make completing tasks easier and more efficient.
Another simple action was taking a sip of water. It helped me feel refreshed after a few hours of work.
I did the same. Tiny breaks like this are important for staying alert.
At one point, I noticed the leaves of a small plant swaying near my window. It reminded me how small things in the environment can influence our mood.
I noticed that too. The sunlight hitting the leaves made them glow slightly. Observing small details makes the day feel more vivid.
Another moment was when I clicked my pen cap back into place. It was loose and would have fallen otherwise.
I adjusted the angle of my desk lamp. The light was slightly off, and a small move made writing easier.
Later, I tapped my fingers lightly to relax my hands. Tiny movements like this are unnoticed but helpful.
Another moment from today was when I shifted my chair's height slightly. It made sitting more comfortable while working.
I leaned forward briefly to reach my notebook better. Little adjustments like these make tasks smoother.
I glanced at my watch out of curiosity, just to see how much time had passed.
I did the same. Checking time occasionally is part of daily awareness and rhythm.
Another small moment was when I opened a drawer and rearranged a few items I hadn't noticed before.
I tidied a small pile of papers on my desk. Even tiny organizing tasks bring a sense of accomplishment.
Finally, before finishing, I took a deep breath and looked around. Everything felt calm and in order.
I paused and did the same. Observing your surroundings at the end of the day helps you feel peaceful and ready for tomorrow.
Talking about these small actions naturally gives learners practice expressing their daily routines in English. As the day comes to an end, I like to pause and think about the small things I did. Even simple actions like adjusting my desk or taking a sip of water make the day feel complete.
I feel the same. Reflecting on small moments, like noticing the sunlight or tidying a corner, helps me appreciate my daily routine.
Sometimes the simplest moments teach us the most. They show that daily life is full of tiny achievements and observations.
Yes, and talking about them in English helps learners describe their day naturally and confidently.
Remember, every small action in your day can be described in English. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Just ordinary moments are perfect for practice.
Absolutely. By noticing details, describing them, and sharing them with others, your English will improve steadily.
Start with your routine, your observations, and your small achievements. Over time, you'll be able to express your day clearly and fluently.
And the more you practice, the more natural it will feel to speak about everyday life in English.
That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed learning how to talk about small daily moments in English.
Keep observing, keep practicing, and soon you'll notice how easily you can share your day in English.
Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye for now, and keep practicing every day.